brightest day, and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light!
Hey guys, it's StarrySky, and I'm bringing you a video today to show you my Sorcery DPS loadout and the rotation behind it. Okay, so let's go straight to loadout, and I'll show you what it is. Okay, so from left to right, we have Circle of Destruction, Final Ruin, Whirling Dervish, Karma Backlash, Weapon of Destiny, and Arbiter of Destiny. Okay, now the reason why I have this loadout for is Sorcery lacks a lot of sufficient AoE. So what I've done is I've put in Whirling Dervish from the Super Speed movement tree to make up for the lack of AoE damage that Sorcery has. And the whole point to this loadout and the rotation is trying to apply as much bad karma to a single target or multiple target while clipping our Weapon of Destiny and with using Whirling Dervish. So every time we use Circle of Destruction, it'll have multiple adds to get the double effect from. As you can see, this one goes cast the fields to damage enemies. Bad karma affected enemies are slowed and take damage over time. So the good thing about this loadout and rotation is it will apply bad karma to multiple adds. So every time you're ready to use this, the bad karma will already be applied, and then you'll be getting pretty much the double damage from the circle, making the most out of it. Plus, Whirling Dervish is just a really good power and easily clippable. Karma Backlash is the close range AoE skill, which I use to clip with, and it applies bad karma to a close area. Now, Weapon of Destiny, this is pretty much your primary skill for damage. Now, the weapon I use for this is the one-handed. Now, the reason why I use the one-handed for is because I personally find it's the best melee weapon out of the lot. It's fast and does good damage. Now, in my videos, I pretty much see me using the 3-tap hold. Now, the reason why I use the 3-tap hold instead of the 2-tap hold is because, one, the 2-tap hold spin chop has been heavily nerfed, so it doesn't do that much good damage anymore. And with the 3-tap hold, it allows me to maximize the damage I get from Weapon of Destiny in one combo. And I can clip it all at the same time. And then Arbiter of Destiny. Now, this is a highly underrated supercharge. Most people just think it gives inexhaustible power to skills from the Destiny tree, but I'll show you that you get a whole load of other goodie buffs from it. Okay, so before I go into the rotation, I'll quickly show you why I use Arbiter of Destiny for and how I think it's really good. Now, the only problem with Arbiter of Destiny 4 is it's really acceptable to crowd control, so it can be stunned and grounded as your own character can be. But for the benefits you get from it, it's highly worth it. Okay, so let's press number 6 and get the Arbiter of Destiny going. Right. So now to find out all its effects, we press F1 and then we scroll down to current effects where it will say Arbiter of Destiny. And as you can see, we got 2 buffs. We got Arbiter of Destiny and the innate powers it gives us. Now the Arbiter of Destiny, as you can see, gives us a whole host of powers, but is more or less we want to look at the innates that the Arbiter of Destiny gives us. Okay, so first of all, it gives us a 0.3 flight speed increase, but the ones we mostly want to look at is the crit ability chance. we get a 30% critical ability attack chance and a 15% critical ability attack damage. Pretty much what that means is when we're using our powers in the Arbiter of Destiny form, we have a 30% more increased crit chance, and we have a 15% damage increase. So every time we crit, we get that 15% more extra. And plus, you know, you get the extra benefits as well, like 40% extra critical healing chance, 50% extra critical healing magnitude, and a 100% healing bonus. Now, the critical healing chance and magnitude, that's pretty much good for healers. But with the 100% extra healing, if we're taking a lot of damage and someone heals us, the 100% will give us a lot more healing. So it's another benefit to having the Arbiter of Destiny. But for DPS, we mostly want to look at the critical ability chance and critical ability attack damage. So, 50% supercharge, I highly recommend it. And most of the time you're using it with Arbiter of Destiny, we do see crits. So, that's the loadout and the supercharge. Now pretty much into the rotation you see me using. Now the primary rotation is quite simple. We have to think if it's a single target or if it's multiple target. Basically, if it's a boss, we can just do Weapon of Destiny to apply the bad karma, or if there's multiple adds, we would use Karma Backlash. So for example, in Battleground, I would be using Weapon of Destiny, Whirling Dervish, straight into Circle of Destruction. So pretty much just a 3-tap hold, clip, and a Circle of Destiny. That's pretty much the primary rotation. And that's what I meant by the double damage from Circle of Destruction that you're getting from applying the bad karma. So, but first of all, I'll show you the reason why I said about the one-handed full though. As you can see, with Weapon of Destiny, if I was doing a 2-tap hold, I would constantly have to keep clipping it, using that with full power, and pretty much losing DPS. But I can get all of the damage from the Weapon of Destiny in one combo, allowing me straight to go into another rotation that bit quicker. So what I have to do is the 3-tap hold, and there you go, I've got all the Weapon of Destiny in one go without having to repeat the combo. So that's pretty much the reason why I use the 3-tap hold. Okay, so if, as I showed you, the single target, it would just be like Weapon of Destiny and then clip Whirling Dervish straight in Circle of Destruction. But for multiple targets, I'll just wait till Circle of Destruction's finished, and then I'll show you what I mean for multiple targets. For multiple targets, it's Weapon of Destiny into Whirling Dervish, come Backlash to clip Whirling Dervish straight into Circle of Destruction. So Weapon of Destiny, 3-tap hold, clip a Whirling Dervish, clip a Backlash, and straight into Circle of Destruction. Now that will allow us to get a lot of damage really quick and to apply bad karma to a vast majority of adds, while still getting damage from Whirling Dervish, and we completely clipped our weapon combo while still getting the damage from it and Weapon of Destiny. So now how to apply the bad karma continuously in between the cooldown of Circle of Destruction. So as soon as Circle of Destruction is ready, you can apply it, and adds will already have bad karma on it. So as you saw, pretty much the main rotation is Weapon of Destiny, 3-tap hold, clipped with Whirling Dervish into a Circle of Destruction. But during the cooldown time of Whirling Dervish and Weapon of Destiny, what we want to do is we want to do another 3-tap hold and then use a Karma Backlash. So this will allow us to do more damage with our weapon and also to apply bad karma again to anything that needs to be or anything that hasn't got it. So Weapon of Destiny, 3-tap hold, Whirling Dervish, Circle of Destruction, another 3-tap hold, Karma Backlash. And then as you can see, just as we finished that, Whirling Dervish and Weapon of Destiny has finished its cooldown time. So then that will allow us to go back into our main rotation. Now, if it's a lot of single targets, instead of just using Karma Backlash, because you're already going to have the bad karma applied to maybe like avatars and BG or a boss, you don't have to apply the bad karma because you're continuously going to be using Weapon of Destiny. So another way of using it would be 3-tap hold, Whirling Dervish, Circle of Destruction, another 3-tap hold, and then clip it with Final Ruin. Now, to maximize Final Ruin, you mostly want to attack the boss or ad when it has 35% HP or below. But still, it can do a really good damage at anything from, I don't know, 75 to 50% HP. Because you'll still get maybe like 1,400 crits. So that's quite a good lot of damage just from one skill. Plus it actually does 2 hits of damage as well, so you get a lot of damage from it. As you can see, that's the first hit, and that's the second. And that's on a training dummy of 4 HP. So that is pretty much all I'm doing, is doing the 3-tap hold, Weapon of Destiny, then I clip it, Whirling Dervish straight into Circle of Destruction, and then during the cooldown time of Whirling Dervish and Weapon of Destiny, I would have done another 3-tap hold and clipped it with Karma Backlash if there was multiple ads. So then when the cooldown time of Whirling Dervish and Weapon of Destiny is finished, I can start another main rotation. And that's pretty much all I'm doing. So if we put the whole thing together, it will look something like this. But as you can see, it does use up quite a bit of power though, because you're clipping quite frequently with some of your powers. Now I know sorcery is no use to having cast time though, but that's why I like this loadout with the one-handed fork though, because I don't have to wait for cast times of like soul wells or anything though. I can pretty much get a lot of instant damage done straight away. And I make the most out of applying bad karma, so that Circle of Destruction benefits the most. And I even chuck in Final Ruin on single targets if I already have the bad karma applied, instead of using Karma Backlash. So I hope this insight into Sorcery DPS will help any future players that may wish to start using sorcery or are thinking about changing. It is a good power and it's very fun to use. The only drawback is though is that don't get too comfortable with Whirling Dervish, because at the moment it's a power that can be incorporated into any loadout, any power, and at some point you might find that they might nerf it. So feel free to try it and use it, because I currently am. If there's any questions or comments you would like to do, then send me a private message, or as usual leave it in the comment section and I'll get back to you. So until next time guys, thanks for watching.